With Spider-Man 2 just around the corner, it was only right to achieve Miles Morales Platinum after achieving the first game's Platinum and DLC trophies. Spider-Man Miles Morales released in November of 2020, with mostly positive reviews. Insomniac took everything that was great about the first game and implemented it perfectly into the Miles Morales spin-off. With the game being shorter than the first one, does it hinder the Platinum experience? Let's find out. Welcome to Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales. We pick back up with Miles about a year after the events of the first game. While strolling to Harlem and running some errands, we get distracted with some Spidey stuff. Today is the day that Rhino gets moved back to the raft. Pete invites us to make sure that nothing bad happens. After a mistake from Miles, Rhino and the prisoners end up escaping. A chase ensues and we do our best together with Pete to stop him. We even ride Rhino through a mall, which isn't all bad because with this we gain our first trophy of the game. After crashing into a Roxxon plant and making a whole block lose power, we manage to slow down Rhino. He beats Pete, so it's on us to take him down. It's here we discover that Miles has gained a new power, which later gets named Venom. With this new power, we take care of Rhino easily. Simon Krieger, who is the boss of Roxxon, shows up with his super soldiers and will look over Rhino before the police show up and take him away. We grab some pizza together with Peter, where he tells us that he is going to be gone for some time, because he and MJ are going to run a story in Symkaria, meaning that we are the only Spider-Man in New York for a while. Before he leaves us, he gives us a present. Together with Genki, Miles' best friend, we open up the package. It's this goofy looking suit, but luckily we gain a trophy for this. Pete also set up hologram challenges all over the city to practice and learn combat, stealth and movement skills. This is our first type of side objective that will count towards 100% completion and thus also the Platinum trophy. While on our way home, Genki informs us that there is a break-in a near Roxxon Plaza. Here we learn about Nuform, which is a new power source that will provide the whole city with energy. Genki's worries were right, and we get attacked by a group, which is later named the Underground, who have a strong hatred towards Roxxon. It's Christmas dinner time. We help set everything up and are introduced to Finn, Miles' best friend from when we were younger. With the limited time, we decide to plan a meetup with Finn to catch up. In the meantime, Genki has set up an app where people of New York can send requests for help from Spider-Man. Here we can find crimes and side missions that can be added towards our side objective list. We get our first request, which is coincidentally our uncle. He asks us to fix the sensors so the trains can run again, so he won't lose his job. When fixing the trains, we have a run-in with the Underground. It's here where we come across our first type of collectible, the Underground caches, which give us parts to upgrade and purchase new suits. After another battle with the Underground, the trains run again and we gain a trophy. Our uncle reveals that he knows that we are Spider-Man. He warns us that being Spider-Man can be dangerous, but because it's our responsibility, we keep going. After this, I crafted my first suit mod, which rewarded me with a trophy. We meet back up with Finn to catch up. We get to see some flashback from when they were young and Finn's older brother Rick. When questioning her further, she seems to hide something. When meeting her, we come across our second type of collectible. It's the time capsules, with the first one being the energy converter we built together as a school project many years ago. Next up is the campaign of Miles' mom, Rio. The campaign goes south when the Underground show up and the Roxxon guards interfere. While we break up the fight, an explosion on the bridge catches our attention. It's here where we see the Tinkerer for the first time, who was up until this now teased as the boss of the Underground. A scuffle over the Nuform with the Tinkerer reveals that it's Finn under the mask. Before we can talk to her, our Venom destabilizes the Nuform, exploding and destroying the bridge. We save the remaining civilians and even hold the bridge together, which rewards us with a trophy. With everyone saved, we get confronted by the Roxxon guards who have turned against us. At the last moment possible, we discover our new power, its invisibility. We escape the bridge scene and return back home. Rio has been injured, but a motivational speech encourages to keep going, where we even design a new suit together with Genki. With information that Finn runs the underground, we go to her old family shop for clues. On a computer we discover that Finn and Rick went after Nuform, but something went wrong. Some underground goons show up, but we quickly take care of them. Back at the computer we discover that what went wrong can be discovered on Finn's phone. We track the location and are led to a Roxxon power plant. When entered we meet the Prowler, who is revealed to be our uncle. He once again warns us about this job, but we need to do this. He folds and he leads us to the Nuform reactor. We get the phone and see a video of Rick sacrificing himself to destroy the reactor, because we discover that Nuform is poisoning the people. In honor of Rick and to save millions of lives, we destroy the reactor by absorbing the Nuform. It hurts, but we manage to release the power in a safe way. But the phone gets destroyed, so no evidence can be used against Simon Krieger. This is our next type of side objective, because these reactors are spread around the city. We meet back up with our uncle and escape via the trains. With no plan, our uncle tells us to join the underground as Miles to get closer to Finn. For finishing this mission, we gain our next trophy. After this, I discovered the city for a bit, collecting some collectibles and stopping some crimes. We gain 4 additional trophies by getting a spectacular rating or better in the Spider-Man training, traversal challenge, combat challenge and stealth challenge. And the trophy for crafting a visor mod. We meet with Finn in a coffee shop where she reveals us that she is part of the underground. She accepts our request to join and we go to the hideout, the Fisk Tower. We jump off a crane to prove ourselves. After snooping around, we overhear a conversation between the underground and the Tinkerer. We discover that we need to go to the theater for our next plan of action. Here we also reveal the next type of side objective, the underground hangouts. After beating some underground, I gained a trophy for using Venom Dash to throw an enemy into a group of 3 or more people. We managed to escape the hideout and gain a trophy for ending the mission. We go to the theater and break in after disabling the security system. Once inside, we find a big container where we discover that Finn wants to blow up Roxxon Plaza, which can have huge consequences. Before we can steal the Nuform, the underground and later the Tinkerer show up. A huge chase happens over the Nuform that ends in her almost killing us, but before she can, we reveal that we are Miles. She escapes, but due to our injuries we can't go after her. But not all is bad because we gain a trophy. Not knowing what to do, we meet back up with our uncle for advice. He tells us that it's all about maintaining a good work-life balance. This opens up a new type of collectible where we need to sample beats. After we leave, we see that our uncle, aka the Prowler, is up to no good. We meet back up with Finn to talk, but before we can warn her and tell our side of the story, we are interrupted by an upgraded Rhino. He overpowers us both and we get captured. We get investigated by Krieger and we get to see his dark side. Guards enter the room and starts to beat us. Here we discover yet another ability, a Mega Venom Blast. While we escape with Finn, we discover that the Prowler is working together with Simon Krieger and thus betraying us. Finn grows more angry at us, but now we need each other to escape. We even have to fight the Rhino. Defeating him together and using some special moves and using gadgets on the enemies, we gain 3 trophies. Finn wants to finish the Rhino, but we interfere, only infuriating her more, until she snaps and beats us to the point where we can't move and Genki has to save us. Back home, Rio discovers that we are Spider-Man, but she accepts it. We know that Finn is not going to stop, so we start evacuating Harlem to minimize the casualties. Because we are entering endgame territory, I made sure to make some upgrades. After making 10 upgrades, we gain a trophy. On our way to the last mission, we get captured by the Prowler. He doesn't want us to get harmed, but a difference in morals leads us to a fight. We manage to beat him and get rewarded with a trophy. Now we can enter the final mission. We discover that Finn is going to use our energy converter we built together in school in order to destroy the Nuform reactor. We go to the Oscorp Science Museum to try and intercept her. Once we enter, we get a flashback where we went to view our project on display, complete with our younger selves and the cameo of Peter and Doc Ock. We even gain a trophy for experiencing the flashback. Once in the present we see her, but before we can talk she escapes and we follow her to Harlem. Once we arrive, all hell has broken loose because of the storm and Roxxon guards battling the underground. We beat both parties and even our uncle comes to rescue and starts to save the people. During this battle I had defeated 100 enemies using venom attacks, rewarding us with a trophy. With the Prowler in Harlem, we can go and confront Finn in the Roxxon Plaza. Her revenge has blinded her, so she won't listen to us, and she will do everything in order to destroy the plaza, even if it means that Harlem goes with it. We end up fighting her in a spectacular battle, fighting her on multiple floors and dodging every attack she throws at us. We managed to take her down just in time to absorb the core in the plaza. It's the biggest amount of energy we have ever absorbed, but if we release it now, every bystander like Genki and Rio will go down with us. Luckily, Finn sacrifices herself by jumping in the sky so we can release the energy in the clouds. We fall all the way down but end up surviving. The story ends and we gain our last story-related trophy. 4 weeks have passed. Simon Krieger is arrested, Peter is back, and Harlem is restored. A post-credit scene shows that Norman Osborn is working together with Kurt Connors to heal Harry Osborn. After this, we say our goodbyes to Finn and continue being Spider-Man. After completing the story, we have 5 types of side objectives to complete in order to achieve the Platinum Trophy. I first went out and completed every stealth, traversal and combat hologram challenge, which rewarded me with a trophy. After completing every challenge, a new side mission opens up where we need to pass our last training. It's a fight with the Vulture in hologram form, where we learn that in this universe, Spidey's first villain was indeed the Vulture. After passing the training, we unlock a new suit and achieve another trophy. After this, I went out and completed every side mission and request on the app. It led me to some unique scenarios where I had to find a cat, rescue a window cleaner, and even uncovering a criminal conspiracy in Harlem that was led by Kingpin from prison. After everything, we gained 2 trophies. During all this, a new type of collectible opens up, a scavenger hunt set up by Rio to collect postcards. By now I have spent a large amount of time in the city and completed every crime and bonus objective within this crime and earned a new trophy. After this I shut down every Roxxon lab and received yet another trophy. For the last side objective, I took down every underground hideout. First, we received a new suit, and after this I received 3 trophies. 1 for taking down every hideout, 1 for performing 100 stealth takeouts, and 1 for completing a hideout without being seen. There are a total of 4 types of collectibles. I first went out and collected every underground cache, which rewarded me with a trophy. Then I collected every time capsule for yet another trophy. During this I also had to climb on a boat, which also gave me a trophy. Then I sampled every beat and recreated this banging mix. Which rewarded us with the Prowler suit and a trophy. And lastly, we uncover every postcard, unlocking a flashback scene and the last collectible related trophy. After these side objectives, crimes and collectibles, I had completed all districts 100%, rewarding me with a suit and a trophy. Before I cleaned up the remaining trophies, I had to beat the game once again on a New Game Plus save file. This only took a couple of hours, mainly thanks to the cutscene skips and knowing what to do. This playthrough rewarded me with 6 trophies. One in the beginning level, where I had to smash into 15 breakable objects while steering the Rhino through the shopping mall. 2 for performing 25 ceiling and 25 wall takedowns. 1 for defeating 50 enemies while camouflaged. 1 for hitting a combo of 100 without being hit. And finally 1 for beating the game in a New Game Plus save file. There were still 7 trophies needed to be earned before we get our hands on the Platinum Trophy. The first one came by scrolling through the entire social feed at the end of the story. One where I had to replay the last level to beat Finn in a minigame during the flashback sequence. Now came a little bit of a tedious part, where I had to farm activity tokens in order to be able to buy every suit, gadget and skill. I did this once again by sampling every beat, meaning I could listen to the sick beat again. Once I did this, I had enough tokens to buy every suit and skill, which gave me 2 trophies. Then I messed around a little bit in the photo mode, which was actually pretty complex. Applying a sticker rewarded me with a trophy. For the second to last trophy, I paid respect to Stanley. And for the last trophy, I paid respect to Miles' dad. With that, I have achieved every trophy and thus the Platinum Trophy. See you guys in Spider-Man 2, take care and bye for now.